Hi, it's Kerry Artek with Wicked Stocks bringing you your daily Tesla report for Tuesday, July 30th, 2024. But before we check out the charts, I just want to ask you to please click like, share, subscribe, and check out wickedstocks.com, where we offer a full suite of both daily and weekly analytical videos, just like the daily Tesla and daily NVIDIA reports, daily analysis in the SPY, daily analysis in the Triple Q, weekly analysis in the S&P 500 index, the NASDAQ 100 index, and Apple stock, as well as 2 individual stock picks a week that you never see on YouTube that cater to the 3 to 5 week swing trader out to the 3 to 5 month near-term investor, always looking for 20% moves or more on those underlying stocks. And you get to see all of this for free. We offer a 5-day free trial up front. So check out wickedstocks.com. Let's take a look at the charts. I'm going to jump right into the day itself. I'll definitely address the big picture, but I just want to sort of apprise you of, what we've been looking at. So, we had a sell signal below the speed line about a week ago, a little more, I guess about a week ago, when we gapped below, closed below the 247.82 rising speed line. That indicated then the rising 2/3 speed line as a possibility. Now, that became a clear-cut target, as you're well aware, with a settlement below 215.02, and that obviously didn't happen. In fact, it was yesterday's gap above the descending 1/3 speed line at 216.76 that has shifted at least our short-term focus into the bullish column. So, as you're well aware, you can see these 3 days here. This would have been Wednesday, Thursday, Friday of last week. We're all inside of the descending 1/3 speed line and the rising channel bottom. And, it was a go with a 3 to 5 day sell signal below 215.02. If that were to occur, that would have taken us into this significant zone of support, long-term support between 193.39 and 201.58. That did not happen. And obviously what has happened is we opened and closed above the 216.76 descending 1/3 speed line, which shifted our 3 to 5 day focus into the bullish column, now anticipating really the mid 240s. I'm going to jump to this chart. It is a descending 2/3 speed line and channel top now at 243.84 to 244.26 that I consider a 3 to 5 day target, and we might actually see that over the next day or two. On the way up, we still have 236.21. I still like it as a possible session containment level, but be careful playing the short side. We are now anticipating 243.84 to 244.26, quite possibly by the end of the week. And we could actually see this today if we push through 236.21. So if you sell 236.21, I'm talking to day traders. I don't think you should ignore 236.21, but I'm reluctant. There's a part of me that just wants to call that an intraday resistance level. So I'll let you be the judge because it is prone to violation now following the settlement yesterday above 216.76. Not only prone, we are expecting it to be violated over the next couple, 2-3 days, and prone to being violated today. And if we do push through 236.21, I do think the 243.84 to 244.26 area, a targeted 3 to 5 day, objective in reach today, where we could actually top out through next week and fall away again. It would be a settlement above that 244.26 level that would then set up 291.10 as a realistic 2 to 3 week target. Given what's played out, you could see that within 2 to 3 weeks. So we're not going to see it today, I don't think. But if we do close above 244.26, I'm talking to 2 to 3 week swing traders. And as time goes by, if it takes another full week for that to actually happen, if it were to happen, then you could see it's more of a 3 to 5 week buy signal. But if we close above 244.26, no good reason to be short Tesla. Talking to you 3 to 5 week swing traders. As we move through the month of August, I would expect what is now 291.10 and climbing. So closing above 244.26, it is a exit short positions, reverse and go long, whatever that may mean to you. You could reach for 290, 300 strike out of the money calls that don't expire for, I would go at least a couple, 2-3 months out on that expiration. Along the way, of course, this 271 even July high would be expected within a full week, 2 at the most, and 2 to 3 weeks, 291.10. That is the big picture. But, you know, the 243.84 to 244.26 area is a classic, a short sale area. We can fall back from here, back to this channel bottom that is now 215.02 and climbing. FYI, as this steeply descending 1/3 speed line is now 216.76, drops below the low from last week, it is no longer a valid speed line. So it will really be this channel bottom as we move into later week that will be the base of short-term support. 215.02, we could bottom out there on a daily basis, and from there round back up within 3 to 5 days into what is now the mid 240s and dropping. This area between 215.02, 244.26, we could fill it out through the rest of the week. Once again, and I don't see this happening today, of course, but if we were to close below 215.02, I would then expect this 193.39 to 201.58 area. And, you know, this lower area down here in the 193.39 to 201.58 region is still considered a valid objective over the next 3 to 5 weeks below 247.82, this rising 1/3 speed line. But when you put it all together, and that is really the chore with technical analysis, you really have to look at all the different angles and everything that's happening. Yes, you have 247.82, but what I think is of much greater significance is this combination descending 2/3 speed line and channel top. I think this is our upward pivot point. So closing above 244.26 over the next few days, this 247.82 will be in the low 250s. It will be considered at that time kind of an intraday resistance level, a trouble spot, but just know that if we close above 244.26, that is our go with buy signal as we move through August, then expecting once again the 291.10 rising channel top within 2 to 3 weeks. That might stretch out to 3 to 5 weeks. Back to the day itself, you do have 236.21 as your level that can contain daily buying pressures perhaps, although I think if you wanted to relax that to an intraday resistance level only because of yesterday's reversal and buy signal above 216.76, the fact that we're expecting 43.84 to 44.26 in the coming days, you know, you might want to lighten up on 236.21 as an aggressive short sale. I do think if we slip, for instance, to 227.23 today, a level that I don't show, but it is a short-term structure that is below the market, you can buy 227.23 and sell, take profits at 236.21. Once again, if we push through 36.21, I don't see a good reason to stay short the rest of the day. It would be a matter, it could be pretty quick, but I think by the closing bell, 243.84 to 244.26 in reach, where we could top out through next week, fall back to not only 215.02, but quite possibly all the way south into our significant zone of long-term support that is presently in the 193.39 to 201.58 area. So let me re-clarify that. Let me tell you one more time that as we're pushing into the low 240s, presumably over the next few days, that is a short sale opportunity into the low 200s. Once again, keep in mind that we are still below this 247.82 speed line. Now, we could push through 244.26, tag 247.82 intraday, fall back to close below 244.26, and then we're sort of in this stay short dynamic into the low 200s. If you just feel comfortable playing the 3 to 5 day sell signal or 3 to 5 day dynamic, you know, I don't have any problem with that. And what does that mean? That means selling 243.84 to 44.26, buying 215.02, letting this wedge fill out for the next 3 to 5 days, and then going with the settlement outside that area. A much more significant buy signal above 244.26 than a sell signal below 215.02. Because, you know, as I'm saying, if we were to close below the 215.02, I'm merely expecting this could be a 2 to 3 day sell-off, 201.58. 201.58 is once again that 1 year channel top you can see on the daily chart here, and on the weekly chart we have it at 201.79. That will continue to be a base of long-term support. We settled above about 5 weeks ago. That still does suggest 328.66 as a longer-term objective, and so keep that in mind. You know, if we were to close once again above this 244.26 area or 243.84 to 244.26, we have a 3 to 5 weeks buy signal up to 291.10, and you can see how this is continuing as we move into later August and early September. It coincides with the upper 320s. So this is another way of saying, perhaps, that if we were to close above 244.26, say over the next 3 to 5 days, it really is this channel top that we would anticipate within 2 to 3 to 5 weeks that will at some point by the end of August be considered the beginning of a narrowing range of long-term resistance up to 328.66. So I'm going to say it one more time that if we do close in the coming days above 244.26, it is an aggressive go long, anticipating then the 291.10 formation within 2 to 3 to 5 weeks, and over that time frame it will begin to increasingly approach the 328.66 long-term resistance area. So I think I've painted that picture pretty well. I think that is pretty much all that needs to be said. I'm going to leave it at that. Please click like, share, subscribe, check out wickedstocks.com. We've got a stock pick that we actually put out on Monday. You might want to check out Vishay Technology. I think I got that right. A solid 20% potential gain if we get that buy signal at the end of the week. That could play out over the next 3 to 5 months. So check out wickedstocks.com. I'll be back tomorrow with Wednesday's Tesla. You have a great day.